Zambia's Lower Zambezi National Park has the reputation of being one of the few untouched and unspoiled wilderness areas left in Africa, and a photographer's paradise. And that is why Charl and I came all the way here to show you what it's like to photograph in Lower Zambezi. In this video we will tell you how to get here, when is the best time to visit, what you can expect to see and photograph, and what camera gear to bring. And if you watch until the end, we will show you our best photographs from this trip. Lower Zambezi National Park is located in southeastern Zambia, along the northern bank of the mighty Zambezi River, directly opposite Zimbabwe's famous Mana Pools National Park. Together, these two protected areas form one of Africa's great wilderness ecosystems. The park covers an impressive 4,092 square kilometers, making it one of Zambia's premier safari destinations. Although it is a large park, most wildlife is concentrated along the river and its floodplains, resulting in excellent game viewing and outstanding photographic opportunities. What makes the Lower Zambezi National Park particularly special is its sense of remoteness and intact wilderness. Visitor numbers are low compared to many other African safari destinations, allowing for intimate wildlife encounters without the congestion of too many vehicles. The easiest way to reach the park is by flying from Lusaka, Zambia's capital. The flight takes around 30 to 40 minutes, landing at either Jackie or Royal Airstrip, depending on your lodge. From there, you are met by your guide and transferred to camp in a safari vehicle. For self-drive travelers, it is also possible to reach the park by road from Lusaka. However, most photographers prefer to fly in, as it is faster, more comfortable, and the aerial views of the Zambezi Valley and the surrounding escarpment are spectacular. One of the first things you notice about Lower Zambezi is its striking beauty. The Zambezi River dominates the landscape, forming countless channels, islands, lagoons, and sandbanks that shift with the seasons. Along the river, towering winterthorn trees, ebony, and magnificent figs provide natural framing for photography. Beneath the canopy, the forests are surprisingly open, allowing deep visibility into the landscape. Above, dense foliage filters sunlight into soft beams that create an atmospheric and cinematic quality. The color palette changes dramatically throughout the day. Cool greens and blues in the morning shift into rich golds, fiery oranges, and warm amber tones at sunset. The quality of light here is exceptional and elevates every photographic moment. Most lodges in Lower Zambezi are accessible and open from April to early November, aligning with the dry season across southern Africa. Early in the season, the park offers a particularly exclusive experience, with lush green vegetation left behind by the rains and the landscape at its most vibrant. We visited in June, which marks the beginning of winter in southern Africa, as temperatures start to drop. While the bush gradually becomes drier, there are still beautiful green backdrops, making it a particularly scenic time of the year. June can be best described as a transitional month in the Lower Zambezi National Park, bridging the lush green season and the drier months ahead. Peak safari season runs from July to October, when wildlife viewing is at its finest. During this period, the bush is more open, making animals easier to spot as they gather along the river and remaining water sources. By late September and October, temperatures rise sharply, indicating the approach of the summer rains. Dramatic afternoon storms often build from late October into early November, marking the transition back into the wet season. Fortunately, Zambia's tourism industry has remained largely unspoiled, preserving a genuine and authentic safari atmosphere. While luxury accommodation is available and can certainly enhance a stay, it is not the primary reason to visit Lower Zambezi. Its true appeal lies in its wild, immersive character. We thoroughly enjoyed our stay at 2 different bush camps that offer simple but beautiful bush living, abundant wildlife around camp, enthusiastic guiding, and a warm, relaxed atmosphere. Most camps and lodges offer a range of activities including game drives, boat and canoe safaris, as well as nature walks. With the exception of rhino, giraffe and cheetah, Lower Zambezi National Park is home to most of Africa's iconic big game. On land, you'll encounter strong populations of elephant and buffalo, along with excellent opportunities to photograph predators such as lion, leopard, and the elusive African wild dog. The park is particularly well known for its impressive elephant bulls, which often reach high into the treetops to feed on seed pods, and later in the year even rise onto their hind legs to access the highest branches. On a Lower Zambezi photo safari, it is well worth spending time with these magnificent animals to increase your chances of capturing this iconic and highly sought-after behavior. For wildlife photography in Lower Zambezi, having 2 camera bodies is ideal. This allows you to keep one fitted with a telephoto lens, while the other carries a wider lens for landscapes, environmental portraits, and close elephant encounters. For your main wildlife lens, a zoom range such as a 100 to 400 mm, a 100 to 500 mm, or a 200 to 600 mm is highly versatile. If you enjoy bird photography, a 600 mm lens is especially useful. Fast lenses such as a 24 to 70 f2.8, 24 to 105 or a 70 to 200 mm are ideal for photographing elephants in the forest, especially when the light gets low and atmospheric. Our journey through Lower Zambezi National Park has sadly come to an end. Having spent a week here, I can confidently say that this remarkable corner of Africa is a true hidden gem, where winter-thorn forests create a magical backdrop unlike anywhere else on the continent. While it may not be a classic first-time safari destination with no giraffe and fewer antelope species than some of the more famous African parks, it is definitely more quiet, slower paced and off the beaten track. And that is exactly what makes it so special. For photographers who've already experienced Africa's iconic wildlife, the Lower Zambezi offers a chance to capture familiar animals in a completely different setting. If you like new perspectives on Africa's wildlife, then the Lower Zambezi should definitely be on your list. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next adventure.